So, if you have just watched my previous morning musing and you heard me say that, humans don't need sex, your, excuse me, your muscle-trained and conditioned pseudo-self or ego is going to protest. Because in this conditioned identity, that is all that we have ever heard, right? Things like, well, if you don't get to use your member, it's going to atrophy and you're going to get mentally ill. All of these conditionings are fear-based, and we've had those programmed into us for millennia. So this character that we have become, this Renee or John or Betty, this character is a carefully created identity that is not our true self. Our true self is buried underneath all of this conditioning. But the muscle-trained ego is going to protest concepts like I'm sharing, because that is all it knows. And then from that fear, if all of a sudden, I hear humans don't need sex, don't need physical intimacy, that character is going to go into a panic, because that is all it knows. And if we take that away, if we say humans don't need all the stuff that we've been told we need, the ego persona is going to go into meltdown, because since it's not a real person, but a character that has been created for this stage play, it's gonna go into meltdown because the program that gives it validity and existence is dissolving. You see, and that's when many people end up in psychosis after they've had a Kundalini awakening, and they are awakening to their pseudo self and their real self. There is a mental breakdown. There is a breakdown of the programming. So there's a lot of deep psychological issues here. And all of them can be resolved once we understand our identity to be a play character and not our real being. Certain spiritual teachers will say, I think Master R.J. Spina is one of them, that will say you can hack this. This is a trick to get around that, but to me it is a form of bypassing. But he says you can meditate, and with this idea that imagine that you have just arrived on the planet with no history, you're a blank slate. That's basically the same principle of shutting down the play character that has all these needs, has all of these reactions in our unconscious state. But I think that you will have to constantly meditate to get yourself into that mental state and shut down the other energy bodies of your human being. And that hack might work temporarily, but RJ wants to sell you expensive courses to keep you coming back, to learn from him. If I can articulate it, if I have enough of an understanding, I'm going to give you the keys where you can eliminate these mental tricks and integrate yourself in your whole being from your core self, your soul self. And I'm going to share as much as I can, of course, free. This understanding and this consciousness is still coming to me day by day. But I am a believer in thorough shadow work and integration instead of using these meditation hacks and mental hacks to dissociate your higher mind from your body. You see, your body, your other energy bodies, and your nervous system, and your DNA, and your cellular memory is also imprinted with societal conditioning. So you have to do some shadow work with these trauma-based beliefs in your psyche and in your emotional body to clear that out. If you don't go to that depth, then yes, you're going to have to keep buying RJ's courses or other people's courses to, lead you in a meditation where you're propped up for, temporarily and you feel good in that moment. But as soon as you leave that and you get back into regular life and you bump into non-spiritual people, that poke your triggers, all of this memory will come back. All of this needs-based insecurity will come back. So, now I'm rambling and I forgot my train of thought. So anyways, the message of self-realization, finding your soul self, and then integrating the shadows of your play character, integrating your emotional and psychological body with your mental body, then you can create a wholeness around your real self. And as I said before, then all your needs will be dissolved, and you're not going to live from your play character, and you can take the strain of your relationship with your partner by not having to pressure them into intimacy because you are seeking validation for your manhood because you have believed that that is who you are, that you have to live up to that macho man identity. But that's only an aspect of your play character. Your soul, your divine self, is neither male nor female, as it even says in the Bible. In Christ, there is neither male nor female. In Christ, in that consciousness, you can dissolve these issues and bring peace to your relationships because you're now identifying as your higher, true soul self. And you can quit bugging your partner and put the pressure on them, trying to manipulate them, into having your needs met. You need to come up higher to your real identity. And then that can bring peace to your relationship. And when there are moments of intimacy like that, physical intimacy, they're going to be not needs-based, but want-based. Both parties are going to want to be intimate because you are now in a vibration of love, respect, right? And love has a whole different energy to it than codependency and need. So I hope this helps. I'm trying to keep this under 10 minutes so it can go on TikTok. But I hope this helps. So watch the last 3 episodes. They all tie in together into this one topic.